Alright, people of the world, this is GTA Raj, and I welcome you back to the channel once again! Tonight, we will be jumping right into Forza Horizon 1. We will be continuing our week of Forza with Forza Horizon 1. So, there's that. So here's the thing. This entire week is based around, aside from the obvious yesterday, it's based around, it's based around us going through the franchise and seeing how it's devolved over time. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It is under my opinion that Forza has gotten worse over time. Because we went from the original to Forza 2. There was an in-between with Motorsport 3, but the big leap didn't really come along until Forza Motorsport 4. And then... Oh, I've got a low signal tonight. Why? Why am I dropping frames so often? Why are we doing this? Why? Like, fucking insects. Bye. Bye. Let me do a speed test real quick. Speed test by Ookla! Because that's a good way to indicate if it's my ISP being a fucking cunt, or if it's YouTube being spastic. Download speed is fine, but that's not what I'm concerned about. Bye. Oh, what the fuck? Our upload's been shafted. Okay. That's nice. That is always nice to see. We're only at like half bandwidth. We're actually less than half bandwidth. That's an approximation. What if we do it again? Shut up. Let's do it again. Come on, connect already. Just for this one time, I might lower my bandwidth a little bit more than I normally do. Me output. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's apply. Okay. I've already dropped 7,000 frames. What the fuck is going on tonight? It'll keep going. Let's just have it set like 7,200. That's not as stressful, and it's fine. Okay, there we go. That should be fine. Upload is still the same. Okay, so we are kind of upload capped tonight. Not, it's gonna be a bit of an issue, but anyway, like I was saying, Forza Motorsport 3 was kind of forgettable. The biggest upgrades didn't come along until Forza Motorsport 4, where you got basically everything you could ever want. Then Playground Games went in this decision, or went this route. 2010 brought in Playground Games, and they went this route to Forza Horizon. Keep in mind, I have this on disc. I'm just choosing to do it this way. Let's just grab that. It's fine. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. They went the festival route with this one, which is good to a degree, but they didn't quite get the driving right. They never did get the driving right for Horizon. They always kept it as this kind of arcadey thing. Which arcade racing isn't bad, But the AI that's behind it is godforsakenly terrible. So there is that. Yeah, you do have to keep that in mind. Let's go into single player. I shouldn't have to start a new game. My old save should be on here. Because when I got this Xbox, what I did is I literally just copied over a lot of the stuff that was on the hard drive. Now, that's not recommended to do that. Yeah, let's go. Ow. Oh, wrong one. Audio. Radio volume is off, so we should be fine now. So this is our Toyota Supra. This is actually playing better than it did on my original 360. That's a kind of an odd one. I mean, that one's whatever. What barn finds do we have? Mercedes Gullwing Coupe, Bugatti, BMW. This. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 barn finds that I need to get. So yeah, here's the thing. It's an A-class vehicle. Let's go do some A-class races. So let's do this. There's a signboard here. There's discount sign 11. Let's go grab that. So that's one of the things I wanted to go into is this. Yeah, for some reason I'm getting a lot more performance. I'm not actually used to the game running this smoothly. It's running smoother than I remember it. I may actually have to go back and visit my 10 years later stream and see how it was running then. Because I could have sworn it was running a little bit more jittery than that there. But keep in mind, that Xbox had not been repasted. It had not been repasted at all. So it was running on whatever it had when it came out in like 2011. 2009. So parts would have overheated, parts would have slowed down. It all depends really. You've got another sign. How many signs? How many signs? How many signs? Oh my god, 29 out of 100! That's 29% off! Let's fucking go! We get discounts for days. Is there any more? There's one over here.
Turn around when it is safe to do
so I believe this isn't quite my original save, per se. For me to find that out, I'd have to go back to my Forza video. Because I made a video on Forza where I played through it. Or I played through some of it. And essentially what I was doing is I brought up Audacity because I was using screen capture and oh, what was it? My frickin' what's his face? My Dazzle DVC 100. Something doesn't seem like it's freezing. We have a low connection tonight. We have a low connection tonight on the channel. I don't know why my it is actually on my end. It is on my end. I don't get why my ISP's been a bit of a cunt tonight. But my upload speed has been shafted right up the backside. Not a fan of that.
400 meters, turn right.
But yeah. That's happened. I don't agree with it.
Turn right.
Because I'm under the opinion that if they start shafting my speeds, they should be compensating me for it. And them compensating me should be a little bit of an influence on them to actually get their shit together and give me what I need.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Turn around when it's safe to do so! Storm, and it's really bad in Scotland. Well, there's no wind blowing in our area just yet, but we had a lot of wind earlier. So that may be a sign of what's to come. And who's giving these storms names? Why do people give storms names? I don't fucking get that. Yeah, no. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to pull up the other the stream that I did on it. And check it out, cause I think it was a screwing around done episode. Let me check that because I don't remember it running this smooth. Let me see, youtube.com/. Let's do a little bit of a search. Forza Horizon. And it should be under videos. Oh, wait a minute. I did one 11 years ago for half an hour. Let's mute that and bring it along. Because, keeping in mind, my Xbox hadn't been repasted at all, so... Could we load that content? I mean... That is some crusty-ass quality, my friends. Wait, what was I using? What software was that? I was using Virtual Dub to record it. Wait, do I still have that Mitsubishi? That's a telltale sign to see if this is my original save, because there's custom wraps and all that. Oh, if this is my original save, then hell yeah. I don't think it is, though. Yeah, I'll fast travel here, it's fine. Because I should have a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution with Sonic and Shadow on the side of it.
Well, let's fix her up.
Well, let's fix her up! Oh my god. But no, the one that I wanted to do, the one I wanted to show off was the 10 years later.
I used to want one of these so bad it hurt.
Oh no, not that! Do I have the Lancer Evo in my inventory for this? This could be my original save because I don't remember making that. The good thing about this is not my original save then. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is not my original save, so I no longer have the designs that I had on there. So yeah. What was the other one? 10 years later. Forza Horizon 1 continues. Forza Horizon 1 returns. 10 years later. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's me. That's me for real. Okay. Oh, that's the one I added scan lanes to. This was 2 years ago. So 2022. Come on, man. Fucking show me. It definitely didn't seem like it was running as smooth as it is now. But that could just be me. Anyway, we have a Super RZ here. We also unfortunately cannot access the marketplace, so there's no custom decals for us to download. That's the thing that I don't necessarily like that much about this in general. 55,000 credits, love to see it. It's the fact that when you have a game like this that relies on the community, a lot of the game's functionality just kind of dies.
So how's it going?
Custom upgrades. Let's do this. What can I put on this? A lot of the functionality of the game dies because you don't get to do that personal touch. You don't get to check out other people's stuff that they've put on here. Oh my god, the copyrighted music is insane. Let's mute this. Mute. I am not risking this. There is no way in hell you can get me to risk this. Oh my god. For a trial. I actually like to look at the Bob X more. Ah. Yeah, we actually don't get much more in the way of performance. So rear sports wing. Trial is honestly the better one to go with this. Yeah, there's honestly not much else we can do here, I think. We have race tire compound. Front tire width is up there. Rear tire width is up there because I brought my skills over. Let's do a racing intake. Let's get better off the line performance. Ooh. Okay, do we just... Wait, we can sell that part. Let's do that. Let's do this. Yeah, what we'll do is this. Keep the air filters, keep the ignition. Did we really not do that much to this? Really? That's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. We're resetting the defaults. We're resetting the defaults. Now keep in mind, there's not going to be any sound. There's not going to be any sound, so you'll just have to put up with me chatting your face off for a little bit. But I am going to do a bit of le customization to this car. And I want to do it right, because I have the knowledge to do a few things here. So tires is what's going to set us back majorly. So compound. Oh yeah, no, we need to do that. We need this. As for rims, rimming it, cousin. What did we have? Did we have anything from American Racing? No, we didn't. Asante? ATS. Oh, wait, we got from BBS. Hey, we're kind of sporting it now. Okay, so our platform needs all of this, like for realsies. So this will prevent us from rolling as much. We can also put a roll cage in if we wanted to. I wouldn't do that personally. We want the race transmission. I don't know why they'd give us a rally transmission. We don't have the extension. Another extension there, thinking about for it. Aspiration, twin turbo, single turbo. Let's, yeah, did we, yeah, we did put a turbo in, okay. Okay, so, what we want to do next is we want to put in a better clutch. We want to put, our flywheel, put in better cooling. I'm going to put an intercooler. And a racing turbo. That's going to give us the extra power that we need. So, what's next is we need to spark up. We need to get that spark in. Yeah, let's not do that. Ooh, that's fucking borderline hit. Let's do sports edition. That is tip top. Now keep in mind our handling's not going to be as good as it could be because we've done a few things here. But we have it. We've got this car sorted. That's what it should be right now. That's what it should be. So let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. Let's see. Let's hope I'm not getting kneecapped too much. Na 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 na. Okay, so let's put the sound back on. I can't mute all the sound. Honestly, I wish I could. If I could, I would. But now we're stuck with that. We have a lot more power coming from this car now. Like over 400 horsepower. Unfortunately, it's stuck at being a rear-wheel drive. If I could make it an all-wheel drive vehicle, I very much would like that. But as it stands, no. Can't. Not just yet. The only thing I can really do to counter it would be to increase the handling more and make it S-Class. But that is 100% out of the question. Or out of the picture. So, there's a few red dots on the map that I want to go to.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
And what that's going to do is going to take us to discount signs. Discount signs are something that Forza took out. Because I don't know that I don't know why they would take away something like that. It might as far as they're aware, it could have taken away from the game experience.
Turn right.
Less of them. How much money do we have left? 25k. Okay.
In 400 meters.
I do think this car has a little bit too much power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a custom one-of-a-kind build. Kind of.
Turn right.
So because it has all this extra power and I can't steer it correctly,
In 400 meters. Turn left.
we're going to have to fit it with some settings. Now, Forza Horizon is the first game where you can't really tune the vehicle to your heart's content. That's the festival mentality for you. You buy your parts and you install them, and that's all you get. That's something I respect. So why they brought back car tuning, detailed car tuning for Horizon 2, 3, 4, 5 is beyond me. Because as far as I'm aware, Horizon is only meant to last a few days. So it is literally meaningless to do something like this.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yes, we now get 33% off. Let's go about smashing more signs. Ah, there's one over there. We'll just unlock more naturally as well, the more we progress. So I'm not opposed to it.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Turn around when it's safe to do so. The bad as hell apparently. Yeah.
200 meters. Turn sharp left.
Yeah, no, I can't control this car's power mainly because it keeps slipping out.
Right. Turn right.
It has a lot of power behind it. It really does. I do believe last time I played this, I took umbrage with the difficulty settings. Did I? Did I? Options difficulty. We are on medium difficulty. Let's do hard. Rewind is off. Cosmetic damage is off. Well, on now. I don't know why they have that as an option. Do you want to see your car broken? Ireland braking only, automatic. When using manual gearing, the back button will be used to enter events, the map. Okay, so we access pause. Yeah, we're not doing that. Traction control off. Simulation steering, braking, ABS on. That allows me. ABS on for braking allows me to do a fair amount. It allows me to brake without my wheels locking up. Because for whatever reason, no matter how soft I press the brakes, my tires lock up and I can't turn corners when braking.
Turn right.
Like it locks the steering column, so you can't turn your wheels. So if you push down, you can't do that with ABS off. But yeah, one of the things I appreciate about this game is the amount of customization you can do in general. It seems to be a little bit better than the later games overall. Because you have a few name brands here, and then you've got like Forza. Now, I got mad at the Forza parts because they were a little bit biased, because not only were they fully tunable in the later games, and in Motorsport as well, but they offered more performance even though their looks were terrible. And I'm like, why would you outwardly do that? Why would you outwardly make an ugly thing like that? Anymore? Or are we just stuck at 34%? That should be it. Okay, we're gonna head back. And what we're gonna do... What we're gonna do is we're going to... The stream's current bit rate is 1,954 kilobits. Lower. YouTube, you're a little bit behind, buddy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna modify this car in a way where it doesn't necessarily spin out like this, because we don't need to give it insane amounts of power to have a good time with it. Because I mentioned in a different stream. Nice. I mentioned in a different stream that you don't necessarily need to upgrade the parts, or upgrade a lot of the engine parts to get more power out of the car. You could do a simple tire upgrade and then you should be fine. Like if you change your tire compound, you should be able to get a little bit more traction and performance out of your car overall without having to fanny about the engine. But I want to see what we can get away with. Like we don't need all that power. We could just use pure skill to get what we need.
Keep left. Recalculating route.
Your mother's recalculating route. How's the audio, by the way, chat? Can I be heard just fine? Can the game be heard just fine? La 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 la. It makes it very easy to drift.
In 400 meters, turn left.
This is where I'm going to have to actually mute the game audio again, because of all the copyright music that it plays. The stuff wasn't really catered towards content creators in the beginning. So custom upgrade, we're going to take off a lot of the performance parts to be put on. Holy mow. I was double checking with the bell ends earlier to make sure we didn't have anything planned for tomorrow. Because computer's getting disassembled tomorrow. So yesterday, or today rather, I decided in my infinite wisdom to... Oh yeah, let's take that off. Let's get some money back. In my infinite wisdom, I decided that I would like to get a new liquid cooler for the PC. 606. We don't even have to take off that much more. Yeah, we didn't you know what? Let's take a different route with this. We have a street turbo installed, we've got intercooler. What else is taking up all the performance? Let's do default. Yeah, in my infinite wisdom, I decided I wanted another liquid cooler for this PC. The only reason I wanted another liquid cooler is because I've had this one for years. And over time, PC liquid coolers do tend to suffer from degradation. So, the more you use it, or not the more you use it, it's just over time, the liquid inside the radiator degrades and starts to evaporate. But it's pre-treated, so it doesn't take nearly as long. But the other part that I was worried about is the pump. On occasion, there's been a slight buzzing coming from the PC. And I'm like, is this PC on its way out or something? And it isn't quite on its way out. Like, we reach a max of 5.1 gigahertz, and we're doing that now as well on some cores. Our one part of our CCD is 40 degrees, which is fine. 37, 39. Package temperature is 47. I wanted to keep things as cool as possible. So there's that. Yeah, over time things degrade, and it's just how it works. So I was very much worried that my pump might be going. Temperatures are honestly fine. Temperatures are honestly fine, but there's other aspects to it as well outside of that. Let's put things in that don't really do all that much. You got better ignition. We don't want to spin out nearly as much. I want to stick in a camshaft. That's not going to change our. That's going to not change our acceleration that much. 7.5 to 7.9. Better valve. No. Gonna give it a better intercooler. Give it this. We don't need the extra power from a turbo. We don't need the extra stuff from a turbo. That's for bloody sure. Like, I could if I wanted to. That would be S class though. 601. Better pistons. We don't need to change the engine block. We don't need to give it all the extra valves. Although we could. But no, we've given it basic things like better brakes, better suspension, sway bars, roll bars. We've also given it an improved air filter and intake, Given it a better fuel system and ignition. We've also swapped out its camshaft. Given it a nice set of pistons. Put in better oil cooling, better intercooler and a flywheel. We've also got a better clutch and transmission. So there really isn't too much here. Let's go John for this. June! Oh, you could see, but that puts our speed down a lot. We can't customize that. So because we're not able to customize the downforce of the rear wing, it's kind of pointless to even pick up Forza stuff. Because while it does put your index down, you're not able to change anything on it. So it's kind of pointless. Super duper unnecessary. Oh wait, is this installed? Oh shit, we forgot to do that. Okay. That's why I was doing this! Ah, I'm dumb, guys. I'm dumb. Okay. Tire compound. We're not going to do that much to it. We're going to increase the tire width, the tire compound. Give it a few bits and bobs to make it run a little bit better. And then that's really it. It should be up to spec for what I want. Because I don't want this thing to keep spinning out all the bloody time. And I want to keep it A-class. I want to have the performance. I want to have the thingamabob for it too. Cragger? The hell's a Cragger? Oh, that's ugly. That is ugly! Dub? Oh, God. Dimag? NK! Oh, that's not terrible. Fisk? Or Fix? Oh, I like those! Oh, those are nice. That's a look. So, right, let's get on to brakes. Let's install that. Suspension. Anti-roll bars. Everything's all preset, so you don't have to do anything. That's what I don't like. I like to tinker. So what I need to put in this now. So we have 61 points to play with. I need to pick things wisely. So we're going to give it a flywheel. We never did that before. Give it all this extra cooling. That should allow us to do more with it. Swap out the pistons. Give it better valves, I believe. Oh, let's not put the valves in. I need to put in a couple of others. Let's actually sell those and get some money back. There we go. That's 590. Oh, 6 or 7, really? Can we do this on 5 extra points? We can. Street ignition. We have 420 horsepower. This should help out a significant amount. This is more horsepower than it had when we started this whole shenanigans here. Alright? So it is better than that. There's a fair amount we can do. Still. Do 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 do. La 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 la. Right, so we should be in the clear for bringing the audio back again. Here's hoping. We're still sliding out, but we're able to catch it a lot better now. There we are. This is such an improved car now. Because I initially didn't do too much with it to begin with. But here we are. Okay, so now I've been dreading it. Let's get into a race. Let's just go straight into a race. There's a new circuit race here. That's for D class. New car required. Holy shit. A class, 110 points. Let's do this. So what I like about Horizon is the open worldness. Being able to drive an open world like this, especially with the engine that was built up, is actually fantastic. But that all comes crumbling down when you start freaking racing. And then you realize it's not as good as it should be. Like, you can still do street races and all that. So, the way that it should be working, this is so much nicer when you're not spinning out all the fucking time. Ah. Yeah, it all comes crumbling down when you're out in the open as well, and there's AI drive avatars. Plus, when you get into races and you realize that the AI is just ungodly good for no fucking reason. Get out of here, you punk ass bitch. Have we got any punk ass bitches in the chat?
You're so close to the next wristband. You're not
Oh,
allowed to
what?
enter that car into this event. You need to select another.
Alright, mix surface race. What do you mean? Must be all-wheel drive. A bit thick. Okay. So if I could dock this game for anything, it's that you have to travel a little too much. So what do I mean by traveling a little too much? Well, when it comes to these events, you have to pull up to the event to see what you require for it. Like, okay, we go to the map and we look at this. All it says is we need an A-class vehicle. It's an A-class event, we need an A-class vehicle. But to get the details, I'm just gonna dock stupidity points on my part. Okay, current car eligible, the gauntlet. Okay. I'm dumb. I know. I'm a bit stupid. I forgot there was a button for checking details. I've been playing Horizon 1 wrong. We got the ball and tires. Oh, that Jaguar's got so much extra speed on top of me. But on the upside, we have better braking, we have better launch, we have the same acceleration, we have superior handling. All it has is better speed on top of me. So this car is going to absolutely dominate. But yeah, no, we'll find out in a little bit. We'll find out. Keep it in mind, I did also change the difficulty. I set it to go from medium to top. Ali Howard Munn. So the way this works is each race we get a rival, and if we beat them enough times, they get to challenge us one-on-one. So there's that. Oh my god, look at these guys go. So we can start paying more attention. So we're now in 4th. Let's keep trying. There's a little while left. We are still sliding out. I'll just keep restarting this race until I get it, because I want to get this. Yeah, look at them just pull away like that. That's fucking rubber banded to hell and back. That is not a good. Like, that Camaro... That Camaro doesn't have the oomph that I do. It also doesn't have the handling that I do. But you can also see that fucking... Was that TVR that Pollock has? Oh, we don't get to see the thing. Whatever. But what Pollock has seems to be a TVR Sagittarius. And that's a custom wing on it. So they do have upgrades on them, but yeah. Ha! That Lotus shouldn't be going that quick. What are you on about? Get out of here. Look at the lead he has. Yeah, no, they're rubber banded to hell and back. The other guys aren't. Not yet, anyway. But no, they actively do get slower the closer you are to them. And then they also get slower when they're behind you. It is not good. They've got a setup going on where they're just too good for it to even be fair. So, yeah, there's that. If I were to take in an equivalent all-wheel drive vehicle, I could probably thrash them all. So, why are you veering? This is why customization matters for some aspects. Oh... It is so unstable now. It makes me think I've got stick drift. I'm having 7th out of 8th. That's embarrassing. My gears keep jamming, that's why. There's no way I'm winning this. It's not even a case of how I'm driving. My gears were jamming. Why was I doing 104 miles an hour in gear 5? What in tarnation? That should be gear 4. Yeah, they don't even have any wheel spin. So they've got some actual fucking degeneracy going on here. Oh, why are we veering? Come on! Fuck! This wouldn't happen with an all-wheel drive car. It actually shouldn't be happening with this car either, with the amount of grip I've put on it. Yeah, look at that GT40. Ford GT. We're not able to do this one. This isn't even the hardest difficulty. Yeah, no, we saw that GT40 just pull right ahead. And once we were in second that other time, they weren't even trying to get past. The sole fact this bullshit is happening. When I made my initial assumptions about Horizon 1, way back then, I said there was little to no rubber banding. it turns out that the entire Horizon franchise is full of the fucking stuff. If you want a good racing game, Forza Horizon is not it. If you want a good racing game, Forza Motorsport and Gran Turismo are it. And potentially Assetto Corsa. Because it is clear as day that Playground Games do not know what the fuck they're doing when it comes to racing. When it comes to the fun aspect, they have a slight idea. They have good ideas. They don't execute them very well. Back the fuck off, you trash monkey! Look at that, they're falling back. You see what I mean? Rubber banding. That rubber banding is terrible. What is the bloody point? There is no point to making an AI like this. It's not even an AI, it's point A to point B. Those guys don't care. Playground Games do not care about you. They only care about the money that they pull in. They don't care if their game is actually good. Are you barn rumor?
Is up in Red Rock. The area is marked on your map.
Boy. Okay, we're going here. 13 miles. That should be fine. But the point is, Playground Games' idea of an open world Forza is a good idea. I have never ever said otherwise. Their execution is fucking brain dead disgusting. They don't know what they're doing. Their sales and the reviews don't matter. It's a game that people will just flock to. And it's something that people have just been flocking to for years. That's always been the case. Unfortunately, that will always be the case. Because people keep just giving in to what bullshit they're doing with the game. Like, they could make some fantastic promises about the next Horizon game, and I'd be like, okay, moving on. They tempted me with a DeLorean in Forza Horizon 5, and it kind of worked. But I no longer play Horizon 5 to just fucking drop. I no longer play the game to race. I play the game to cruise around it. That's not the intended use of the game. There is literally no point to me playing Forza Horizon 5 at all. But oh, Reg, you can sit and play the online component. Fuck the online component! They forced that down your throat fucking They force it down your throat so much they might as well be a rapist trying to shove a dick down someone's throat. It is that bad. It wasn't necessarily that bad in Horizon 1 because it didn't force events at you. The most they would do is be like, hey, do you want to pull up with the boys and do some races? But no, you jump into Horizon 5 and there's a high likelihood that you will run into one of those annoying bastard ass circles that's like, Horizon Arcade will be starting shortly. No, I don't want to do that bullshit. Stop forcing it down my throat like a fucking rapist dick. You fucking idiots. God. It heats me up when they don't have the right kind of balance. Like, there should be a toggle for this kind of stuff. Do you want to partake in the online component? Yes, no. There is an option to go solo. But that takes away a little bit of what I enjoy about the online component. I enjoy seeing other actual racers driving around. I don't want to be forced into events.
Keep right.
Now granted, they did actually address one of the biggest complaints I had is some of the annoying weather. Horizon 4 had some of the most bullshit weather of all time. Now granted, we were in Scotland, but they gave us like 6 inches of snow and dipstick fucking levels of ice. We don't get that. If you're going to do Scotland, get the weather right. You were in the Edinburgh area. They don't get that kind of snow there. They don't get that kind of ice. They just don't. The reason I rant about the ice and the snow is because you had to reconfigure all of your vehicles that you planned on using to drive on ice. So you had to equip snow tires and all that. And even then, the computer that you were driving against, they had such a good performance profile on them, along with the rubber banding AI, to the point that even the three-wheelers would have perfect grip and would slingshot past you at every chance they got. Oh, new PV, nice. Horizon 5 took it up to the next level with the rubber banding bullshit. As far as I'm aware, in Horizon 4, Ditchcock. As far as I'm aware, the rubber banding and custom profiles didn't start in Horizon 4 until you were above average. In Horizon 5, the custom tuning profiles for cars and the rubber banding both start off on the first difficulty setting after Tourist. I've shown this on stream. I changed the difficulty to Tourist, done a race. No one overtook me and I was in first place for the entire time. And then we changed it up one. It happened, but it was only slight. A couple of cars did actually pull up quite aggressively. The difficulty after that, it took full effect, but it wasn't as strong. So the cars weren't as powerful, but you could tell it wasn't as powerful as they could have been. But you could tell there was some shenanigans going on by the way they were driving, by how they kept up. And we tested most of the difficulty settings, and it was insane. Each and every single time, the drivers drove the same, but the power of the vehicles changed. And the strength of the rubber banding also changed. Now, if you go back and watch the motorsport content, you will see that rubber banding just doesn't exist. In Motorsport 4, the drive avatars adjust to you. Or at least they attempt to anyway. At least they attempt to. So what I mean by that is that they'll also brake based on you as well. So if you're in front and you put on your brakes, they will also do the same thing. Which I respect greatly. That's a very nice thing to do. But in the Horizon part, there's no... They don't do that at all. If they want past, they will slam into you. And they will push past. I do not agree with that in the slightest. There is no way in hell that should be happening. Plus, they also have a habit of jamming your gears if you're playing automatic. Now, I need to do some research on that because I don't know if gears are meant to jam like that. In fact, while we're here, I can and will look into it a little bit. Automatic gearboxes problems usually to get on symptoms causing fixes. This component multiplies the engine torque, allowing an engine to rev freely once the car starts from a stop. Okay. No engagement or gear lockout. The car may not move even when you put it in gear, or may get stuck in a particular gear refusing to shift. Yeah. So that can happen. Gearbox jamming. Buttoning smell, check engine light, low power. Worn out clutch plates, internal component wear overheating, solenoid issues, torque conveyor problems, hydraulic system faulty transmission control mode, DCM. Or module mode. So gears can get jammed. The car may not move even when you put it into gear, or it may get stuck in a particular gear refusing to shift. So that's essentially what was happening here. That for some reason, I'm gonna disconnect the controller. For some reason, it is a very common thing in these Forza games for your gearbox to get jammed. So if you hit your nice. PR stance change card. Do we have any? Oh, we could do a bunch of them.
We get our awesome promotional vids out on the net.
We got a Radical SR8 or S8.
And they're all about showing off. We provide the car, you provide the skills, and everyone's happy. If you do well enough in the PR stunt, we'll give you a discount on the fast travel cost to that particular outpost. If you complete all the PR stunts at an outpost, you'll be able to fast travel there for free.
That's not good. I don't want that. Get the fuck out. But no, the only benefit is being able to fast travel there for free. That's stupid. That's kind of stupid. Okay, so now we're on the hunt for a barn find. Might not be that obvious. We actually have to go off-roading a little bit. This car's not built for it. But no, my point still stands. Let's go up here. My point still stands that playground games, they have some good ideas. Is this it? No, that can't be it. Oh, we can't even run borders. Dog shit. They have good ideas, for the most part, but their execution on them's dog shit. Their execution is actually really dog shit. Because here's the thing, right? When you have a game like Horizon, you want the motorsport component of it to carry over. But that's not something they wanted to do. Is this the button? Yeah, it is. There we go. It's not something they actively wanted to carry over.
Impressed with this find, and I wouldn't be surprised if you recognized her. The Aston Martin DB5 Vantage, one of roughly 65 in the world, a true 60s British classic. She needs a bit of the old
English
fashioned
classic,
here
but
and
okay,
there,
that's
I'll have
you
her
do you,
gleaming
buddy.
like a movie star when I'm done.
Yes, my AI always be sending out. What in tarnation is this? Oh, I got sent something very nice. Yeah, point is, playground games, their execution's dog shit. If you're going to do an open world Forza game, why don't you just translate the motorsport component to this, including the AI? Why did you not do that? Why did you have to go with some bullshit rubber banding AI that doesn't really work? And if you look at your own goddamn comments section, you will see countless amounts of people complaining. Oh, use rubber banding. Yeah. And you know why? You know why they're not responding? Because there's the people complaining are coming off as a majority. Because of the sheer amount of people that play this game online. They don't have to put up with it. In all honesty. They just don't. But for people like you and me, that want to just chill offline and play races, it is so hard to be able to sit down and enjoy the game. Like, yeah, I'm enjoying it now, simply because I'm just sitting here driving around. I cannot for the life of me have fun in a race. If I change the difficulty, the game then becomes, to a degree, too easy. It really does. But if I want a challenge, I'm not going to get that challenge. I mean, I am, but it's not going to be a challenge. It's going to be an artificial challenge, where the AI, the CPU, is going to have an unfair advantage regardless of what you do. So it's actually unfair. And that's a common problem that runs rampant throughout the Horizon franchise. Horizon 1 has it, 2, 3, 4, 5 has it. 5 has it particularly bad because it's almost on every single difficulty setting. And it's unfair. It also makes me realize that reviewers are not talking about it for the simple fact they're either shill reviewers, which, oh boy, you can tell if a video game reviewer is a shill or not because they're not talking about the problem. If you're reviewing a game, you also need to talk about the problem that the game has. What in tarnation? I should have just drove right up that. Actually, let's take a look. Let me read to you a review from the internet's biggest video game shill on the planet. Let's see what they said about Forza Horizon, the original. I'm going to bring this up real quick. How far behind is it? Oh, it's not far behind. Forza Horizon is what happens when you assemble a crack team of talented racing game veterans, plucked from a bunch of the UK's finest driving developers, and shove them all under one roof and set them loose with Microsoft money. This super group of racing devs is called Playground Games, and its staff hail from the UK's best and brightest racing studios: Codemasters, Bizarre, Criterion. No wonder there's that rubber banding in here from Criterion! Oh, fuck me, Criterion is terrible. Playground Games' job was to take the incredible resources of the Forza franchise and create an open world spin off of this generation's leading circuit racer. Now, keeping in mind, Forza is actually very good. The results speak for themselves. Forza Horizon is the open world racing game that open world racing game fans have always wanted. Think Test Drive Unlimited, but with the nuanced handling and carefully crafted cars of the Forza franchise, mixed with the confident presentation fans of Codemasters racers are accustomed to. Nuanced handling. What handling? Your goal in Forza Horizon is to become the champion of the Horizon Festival. A Horizon Festival, because there's multiple of them in it. It's fucking weird. A heaving celebration of cars and music plonked in the middle of the Colorado's countryside. This slice of Colorado incorporates a variety of different environments, with the scenery shifting as you weave across the map. Twisty mountain passes give way to two winding country roads and small towns, before bleeding into a red desert ridge. The road types are just as varied, ranging from narrow dirt tracks to a lengthy freeway that in the right car you can breach the 400 km/h mark on. It's not as large as Test Drive Unlimited's Oahu, but it's significantly better looking. Hey! Listen, Test Drive Unlimited was a really nice game. Why did I stop playing that? I forgot why I stopped playing Test Drive Unlimited. Most everything about Forza Horizon looks improbably good. The fingers of sunlight reaching out, yada yada, scattered leaf litter. The gravel being kicked up in the wake of speeding vehicles. Bustling Horizon Festival itself, yada yada. The cars are equally impressive. The high bar set by Forza Motorsport 4 has been maintained and in some ways surpassed. No! 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 The bar set by Forza Motorsport 4 has been maintained and in some ways surpassed. No! Nothing about Horizon surpasses 4. Horizon is a downgrade compared to 4. With a full day-night cycle now in effect, Forza Horizon's cars feature illuminated, working dials in cabin view. Does it? It does. Didn't Motorsport 4 have that as well, though? Or is this reviewer tripping? Pop-up and sideway headlamps are fully animated too. I think it was featured on, say, BMW M1 or 69 Charger. The sun sets your head lights will automatically emerge from the hood. The menus and overlays have a distinctly Codemaster feel to them. I never thought that in the slightest. To be fair, what was the last Codemasters racer I played? List of Codemasters games. 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Ooh, they've actually done a lot of games. Go BMX Sim, BMX Simulator. So many BMX games. Bubble Dizzy, Dizzy Panic, Italia, Firehawk, Micro Machines. Oh, they did Micro Machines. That was a good one. That was very good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jonah Lumber Rugby. Toka, Colin McRae. Music 2000. That's an interesting one for them to get into. The last one I would have played. Oh god, that's so far. Oh god. Yeah, no. Oh wait, Grid Auto Sport. Is that not one? I should have played Grid on stream at some point. Yeah, I've played Grid in Grid Auto Sport and Grid 2 on stream before. So the last one I remember playing was Toka on the PS1 and Grid 2 and Grid Auto Sport on stream. Those were decent games. Those were very decent games. But that's it. I don't feel any kind of Codemasters vibes from this. If I'm honest. Like Micro Machines, Toka, World Championship, Grid. They don't feel anything like this. In terms of menu wise. The audio design also is a positive mention. That's fine. Radio itself isn't too bad. I don't care about that. More important than audio-visual side of the equation, though, is obviously the nature of the racing itself. The Forza teams on both sides of the Atlantic have spoken at length about Forza DNA and the lead up to the release of Forza Horizon. It's the feel of the game, the thing Forza 4 faithful were sure was going to be compromised in this open world spin-off. It actually was. Yes. The Forza 4 feel in this game was 100% compromised. I could tell you that the physics under the hood of Forza Horizon, the ones that infuse every car with its own unique handling characteristics, have been migrated directly from the track-based stablemate, but that would be just taking Playground's word for it. What I will tell you is that if you're fresh from Forza 4, you won't miss a beat sliding behind the wheel in Forza Horizon. You actually will. Because Forza Horizon is not anywhere near as sophisticated as the motorsports part of the franchise. It doesn't matter if Playground Games tells you that, okay, we've just taken the things from Forza 4 and plopped it into this new game. That's not how that works. And it's not what they've done. It is clear as day when you jump from Motorsport 4 into this. They both feel different. It's impossible to confuse these games as anything but relatives. Horizon feels like the black sheep. Forza Horizon is the black sheep of the franchise. It is not good. They're like the Baldwin brothers. Adjust the driving assist to your usual preferences and you'll find the Forza feel. This Forza DNA. The fuck is this man yapping? He's writing this, but he's yapping. He's a yapper. As a side note, I had a great little shared DNA metaphor. Where Forza 4 was the faithful family dog, dependable, well-behaved, and happy to be contained in a walled yard, Forza Horizon was something else, like a coyote or something. So you're trying to say that Horizon's a stronger thing? Humans share about 50% of our DNA with bananas. What the fuck? Put the fucking drugs down, buddy. Oh my god, what the fuck? Likely originated from a program run by the National Human Genome Research back in 2013, although somebody may have been running elsewhere. This particular purpose not published, as most scientific research is that it was generated to be included as part of an educational Smithsonian Museum of Natural History called 41% similar. So not quite true. The code for these the genes, which are regions of the DNA that code for these proteins, only make up 2% of the DNA. When people repeat the percentage as being a similarity of DNA, actually what the research looked at was a similarity of gene products. So we don't share DNA, it's just some gene products, and it's not even that much. Okay, you fucking lie then. The handling is entirely satisfying, no it's not. Whether you're drifting around a gravel corner or on the game's new off-road surfaces. How do you weave through this kind of freeway traffic when there's like 2 cars every 50 seconds? However, this game is definitely at its best with simulation steering on and traction control off, because that's when it's at its most unpredictable. Not really, that's debatable. It becomes more than just mashing the throttle and pointing your car in the direction you want to go at this point. It demands finesse. No, that's what this game literally comes down to. You point your car and you mash the throttle. You work through the speed trap. The first race between a 70s Ford Mustang Boss and a P51 Mustang, famous for Middle World War II fair plane, is a true highlight. Oh, I was wrong about that one. I thought it was a crop duster. It's a World War II plane. That's basically a fucking crop duster at this point. Unsanctioned street races that take place on public roads with civilian cars present. These don't contribute to your Horizon Festival progress, but score you more cash. When you're not racing, you can be painting and customizing. The visual customization system is just as deep as fans would expect. And the final groups can be imported from Forza 4. That's something I like. If you've got vinyl groups in Forza 4, you can always transfer them over. If I were an outspoken yet hilarious UK motoring journalist... Wait. If I were an outspoken yet hilarious UK motoring journalist... Wait, is he making fun of Jeremy Clarkson? I'd probably say something outrageous at this point. Like anyone who walks into a store from this day on walks out with Test Drive Unlimited 2 instead. This should be sterilized. What? Why would you... Anybody who walks into a store from this day on and walks out with Test Drive Unlimited 2 instead of this should be sterilized, but I'm not, so I won't. That's getting clipped. That's getting clipped. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Why the fuck would you say that? I'm being pinged. That is disgusting. What the fuck? Also, go for screen Discord. Thank you. I know he's trying to make one of those off the cuff jokes, but what the fuck? This review's dog shit. What we will say, however, is that Forza Horizon and Playground games have rewritten the rules of the road. thing is, Forza Horizon is exactly the type of game we've been trained not to expect. Considering that over 10 years prior we had open world racers like Need for Speed Most Wanted, and this is like Need for Speed Most Wanted but minus the crack. We've been conditioned to accept concessions. What? Increased scope for lesser quality visuals. What? Technical prowess for reduced content. We deal with Test Drive Unlimited 2's visual shortcomings because it is so enormous. What the fuck? Full screen. I mean, considering in the particular part I'm in, the foliage on Test Drive Unlimited 2 looks better. The trees look better. The roads, if you take away the shine that the sun's casting on them in Horizon, then the roads in Horizon would not look as good. Like, it's clear as day that the lighting has a lot to do with how good Horizon looks. Why did you just flash me lights? Shouldn't have done that. But you can see that in Test Drive Unlimited 2, the shadows are looking better on the car. The car model is not so good looking. It looks like it's a flat colour. Meanwhile, you have all the shininess of metal and paint and all that on my Super RC here. But the overall environment aesthetic isn't actually that bad. What the hell is bro yapping about? You fucking serious? That's insane. So for people just joining, we're going. I was ranting about Forza Horizon just being outright terrible, and then I'm like, what did IGN say about this game back today? Because when we jumped into Horizon 5, we talked about how bullshit reviews were for the game. They didn't talk about the problems. And I was mentioning that if you want to tell a good review from a bad review, they will talk about the problems. But no, this reviewer here, Luke Riley, his opinion is that Horizon looks so much better than Test Drive Unlimited 2. And the instances that I showed, the quality of the vehicle being shown didn't match up quite well. However, the environment is something I prefer more over what we got for Horizon. So that's an opinion piece right there, but he's trying to state it as fact. So it's a bit of a shit stirrer for that one. I don't know how the frame rate for this enormous game remains resolutely locked. None of this is good for Horizon. Wait, what? We take the likes of the technically robust Dirt Showdown and make do with all the track recycling. My brother in Christ, there's track recycling in Forza Horizon 4 to 5. Some of the tracks are fucking copy and paste from that, except for terrain differences. I've noticed one or two tracks, not many, but one or two tracks feel very similar to what we got in Horizon 4. None of this is the case with Forza Horizon. I don't know how a game of this size, with everything going on, can look this good and still support a rewind utility. Oh my god. The rewind utility is for offline use only, and it remembers a part of where you were and then puts you back. It's how a restart function works, but it's not fully restarting the race. So it's not that difficult of a thing to do. Fully functioning car interior is not quite fully functioning, but okay. I don't know how the frame rate of this enormous game remains resolutely locked. Because whether you're racing under headlights or screaming down the freeway over 400 kilometers, never ever dips, might as well be witchcraft. I don't know how it does, it just does. That's because the game has been optimized for the platform. If you take a game like Test Drive Unlimited, it's a multi-platform title. It's on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. It is going to run worse on one of those platforms. Meanwhile, Forza Horizon is only on one platform, so they put all their time and effort into optimizing it to run good on that platform regardless. Why do you think it's like magic? It is common sense! That's what happens when you have a platform exclusive. They put all their time and effort into making it run the best it can on that platform. Even Epic Games, when with Gears of War 3, it runs choppy as hell on PlayStation as a Nintendo test build, but for what it is, it still ran half decent. With a little bit of polish, it would have run just as good as the Xbox 360 version. Whatever. Anyway. Not to run on about that for too much longer. We're going to finish up this review and then get back to playing the game a little bit. It is not without fault. Ooh, not without fault. Upgrades remain, but tuning is out. Yes! Tuning is out because it makes sense to remove that. Why would you have full tuning, like full in-depth tuning, at a festival that's only meant to last a couple of days? Makes no sense. With the amount of racers that are there, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Being able to go in and put on brakes and suspension, anti-roll bars, new tires, that all makes sense. To just go in, put all that stuff, and then leave. Mechanical damage is out too. Yes. We figured that out. No one is going to want to limp across Colorado in a busted car. But it does mean you can muscle your way through opponents in ways you'd be hesitant to attempt in Forza 4. Speaking of damage, Forza Horizon also retains a weird quirk from Forza 4, where visibly smashed windscreens only appear so in chase cam. They appear unbroken in cabin view. Huh. Okay. The cliched rivals who trash talk you before a race are a relic of racing games gone by, and feel pretty out of place here. What? Cliched rivals who trash talk you before... That is... What? That's not out of place. You're pulling up to this festival as a newbie, and you're suddenly winning many races. And then you find yourself with a rival. That rival is going to trash talk you. It is not cliche. It's a common thing. What you track down... Oh, wait, whoa. I'm skipping. Speaking of damage, first quirk, okay, cliche rifles. I also reckon the amazing barn finds idea where you track down rear cars in dire need of restoration in across Colorado is honestly kind of wasted. It's an inspired concept, but the barn finds in Horizon are simply classics you probably already have in your Forza 4 garage. The Bugatti EB110, Shelby Daytona, and Jaguar D-Type, for instance, are all rare birds. But it dulls the thrill somewhat when you drive to the market on the map, cruise around until you find a barn, enter it only to find a car you own or have driven several times in Forza 4. You could mount an argument that the barn finds really should have been cars completely new to the franchise. He actually does make a good point. Makes a good point. For whatever reason, they took random ass vehicles from Forza 4 and they made them as barn finds. That you can only get them as barn finds. But with the way people were playing Forza 4 at the time, aka they were using Explorer 360 and save hex editors to edit their cache, people could just up and buy as many of these bloody things as they wanted to. So it's kind of a kick in the teeth. This is really amount of stuff though, especially when you look at Forza Horizon as a racing game to play as well as Forza 4, not instead of Forza 4. If you love Forza 4, this is the perfect companion. No, it's not. If you love cars, this is essential. No, it's not. The school of thought that may be... The school of thought may be that it is hard to push racing games like this. Push racing games this late in the generation. But Playground Games hasn't just moved the needle here. It's buried it. Ladies and gentlemen, the open road beckons. And racing developers of the world, Playground Games has just put you on notice. This Forza Horizon doesn't really hold a candle to games like Need for Speed, Most Wanted, Need for Speed Carbon, Test Drive Unlimited. Test Drive Unlimited is such a big game. And allegedly, Test Drive Unlimited 2 is bigger. The only cons that they talked about were the barn finds and the trash talking. Upgrades remaining but tuning is out. That's not really a fault. It just makes sense. They're not talking about the issues of the game. They're not talking about the rubber banding. We're all playing the same bloody version here. They don't mention that opponents do slow down when you pull up close to them. They don't mention that opponents skyrocket forward right after launching. It does Motorsport 4. It really doesn't. It feels like another game engine modified to be like Forza Motorsport 4, but in a more open world format. So once again, an IGN reviewer, sorry, is trying to seem like hot shit here. Am I in a 4:3 aspect ratio? 16:10? Why the hell? I actually kind of like 16:10. Wait a second. There we go. Then we've got the whole fact that they tried to make fun of Jeremy Clarkson. It's a direct poke at Jeremy Clarkson by saying, oh, we'll insert something. If I were a witty UK motoring journalist, I would have said that if you picked up Test Drive Unlimited 2, you should be sterilised. What the fuck? It is a bit crass, but like... What's a C-Class? Wait, Old Spice? Old Spice used muscle mash. What do we need for this? All-wheel drive. I do have all-wheel drive, but just not A-Class. Oh my goodness. I chose IGN because they're allegedly trusted for reviews. I don't know why people would trust IGN, especially with the whole Pokemon debacle. Where they're like, oh, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire has too much water in it. Like, what? Or Pokemon Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance is like... So, for that one, there is a focus on water. And they didn't pick up on that because the water theme of the game didn't tip them off. Oh, there's too much water. Pre-1980 US cars. Garage cars eligible. Okay, let's drive here. But no, this doesn't actually feel like I'm playing Forza. It bears the name, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels like I'm playing a more advanced Need for Speed engine. I say that and I just knock someone entirely off the road. Because here's the thing. Need for Speed did this whole open world thing many years before Forza Horizon. Also, Need for Speed Underground 2 was very much criticized for going overkill with upgrades. But the sole fact that gets me is the reviewer didn't like the fact that tuning was out. Oh, my bar friend's ready, nice.
DB5 Vantage is looking like it just rolled out of the factory, ready to collect in my garage.
Because here's the thing. Oh yeah, this is definitely not Forza. Doesn't feel like it. 'Cause here's the thing, right? I could boot up Motorsport 4, go into a race, and it would feel entirely different. Their entire thing is that it feels like Forza, but it's open world. With the shortcomings being that it's better than Test Drive Unlimited, Test Drive Unlimited 2. I don't know why they were focusing so hard on Test Drive Unlimited 2. They didn't even talk about the games that came before it that set the bar for this. The fact they even tried to say it was a better upgrade to Forza 4 and the perfect companion to it is very much insulting. Is he gonna... I'm gonna try and get in front of this guy and try and brake check him. Nope. They don't do it. He doesn't do it. So if I did that in Forza 4, or even Forza 2, he would have stopped. He would have put his brakes on. He really would have. The sole fact actually, I wonder what other kind of reviews exist for this, because one thing to mention, or one thing to note, is I have never seen a review mention the rubber banding that goes on in these games. Reviews don't mention them. However, the fan base and the community does. The people that the people that don't play this game, these kind of games online, they keep complaining about the rubber banding and the terrible AI. Meanwhile, Playground Games just entirely ignores them. They get ignored time and time again. If anything, they make the rubber banding stronger per game. They'd have to... If they brought back the kind of AI that was used in Motorsport 4, that would be incredible. Because the same tactics for driving in a festival track and driving on the streets would very much apply in the same ways it does with a motorsport on track. If you put your brakes on, the person behind you should do the same thing to avoid crashing. It's why I actually want damage to come back. Like, obviously, you can set it up in a way, you can honestly set it up in a way where you don't take damage from insanely high jumps. That would be kind of stupid in a game like Forza Horizon. But if you're driving on the road and you're smacking into walls and all that, you should still take damage. It would be unfair to do an insane jump in Horizon and expect your car to get totaled. That would just be insanity. It really would be. My gears got stuck again. Love to see that. New PB, are you kidding?
Turn right.
Yeah, I forgot to check what cars I had available to do this race with. It says I've got cars in my garage for it, but I don't know which ones.
That's it. That
Oh.
car isn't eligible for this event. Select another one from your garage.
Ooh. I'm gonna grab the D-Class 69 Chevrolet.
You're gonna struggle in that car. I'd recommend some upgrades before you enter.
No, I'm just gonna go back and grab the car and then put my own upgrades on it because I drive my way. Yeah, Forza Horizon. You're gonna get going? Oh. Forza Horizon does not feel like a Forza game.
Your ride today.
It very much comes off as an offshoot to Forza, which it should do. It's a spin-off game and it should feel different.
And you don't have to be some suave English super spy to appreciate this classic. Aston Martin sure did.
You shouldn't be comparing Forza 4 to Horizon. There are two different breeds of games. Forza Horizon is the inferior cousin. Let's just grab this again. Yeah, Forza Horizon is the inferior cousin to Forza Motorsport 4. So there's that. We're gonna add that because I don't mind all that. Oh yeah, no, stock hood is better. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna give it so much power. I don't even have to increase the width. Actually, I'll change the rear width. We'll do that. Those rims are good. Let's change brakes. Let's change suspension so we're not jumping all over the place. Give it a bit extra anti-roll. We need to give it an extra kick in the pants. But that's what the transmission and the clutch will do. Oh shit, what? Oh. My shift time is gonna be so fucking slow. Oh, let's do this. And what we'll do is we'll decrease the tires. Oh, what the fuck? 391, that'll leave us a little bit of wiggle room for a bit of extra power. Oh, what the fuck? That's a lot extra. Holy shit. Let's go right here and grab this. Grab all this first. We need to decide on what we want. Let me see. Why does that kill my speed so much? That is so much. It's not worth it. I want to give it just a couple of things. Um. That's all I want to give it, aside from better tires. Oh, what the fuck? That's a lot. I might as well as just not giving it extra fucking tires. That is so much extra for a little bit more tire. That's dog shit. It's a lot extra here. Holy shit. Aspiration or engine swap. We'll just keep it at this. It should be alright. For the most part. If I really wanted to, I'm gonna try driving it. If I don't like it, I'll just do a thing. Yeah. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. How well can I drive this?
Hey, there's a new showcase event that I'd like you to drive. Do you want to make some money?
This is very interesting, to be fair. Oh yeah, no, they didn't slow down around them. Like, you can feel the terrain changes when you're driving. That is perfectly fine. Let's fast travel here.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But like,
In 200 meters,
when you get right down to it, if Playground Games took their finger out their backside
turn right. In 200 meters,
and put a little bit of extra thought
turn left.
into this game, it would reshape how we look at open world races. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Forza Horizon with the kind of AI that you had in Motorsport? Where the drivers would just adjust to you.
400 meters, turn left.
Forza Horizon needs to change.
Turn left.
It really does. A festival racer does not need to have in-depth tuning.
In 400 meters, turn
I actually missed it when I first played it, and then as an older person that can greatly appreciate a racing title, you don't need it for a festival that's only meant to last a couple of days. You really don't. It is insulting to think otherwise. It is insane to think about. When you get right down to it, it's insane. It really is. Beat Ali Howard and his... he's got a lowrider. Of course they'd pick the black stereotype of him having a fucking lowrider. That's insane. It was 3 laps. Nice. Look at just how that. Look at how that Mustang boss just pulls away. Spawn out. Okay, we're quitting that race for now. In my eyes, if you want Horizon to be successful, don't drink that other fiber drink. If you want Horizon to be more successful, you need to strike that balance. It's not outpost nearby. There it is. You need to strike that balance of online and offline. You need to make sure the game is fun to play online and more balanced. But you also need to make sure that the solo play is balanced as well. Yeah, now I'm gonna get copyright struck for this stream. Yeah, alright. Got it, let's go. Here's the thing. When you get right down to it, we'll just reset the default upgrades and we'll keep everything as is before. Yeah, we'll get sport tire compound. Yeah, we lost a lot of brake and all that on there. We don't need to worry about the suspension. We do need to worry about stability. Drivetrain. Oh my god. God fucking damn it. What do we need to tone down on? We need to reduce by 2 points. Oh god, this is terrible. That is a terrible idea. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Anyway, we made it work. Can we put in a flywheel without going over budget? We actually can't. It's only a street flywheel, unfortunately. Oh, what? We lost points. We gained horsepower and we gained torque from it. Oh, wait. Can we actually spend our points? That ain't happening. If we can get close to the 400 mark as possible without going over, that would be absolutely gorgeous. It seems we cannot. Which is honestly terrifying. I mean, speed actually does go down. Is it necessary though? Oh my goodness. It actually really is not necessary. Okay. We'll sacrifice the drive lane in order for a little bit extra power. More power, baby. 401, 428. That's an extra 2 horsepower for fucking spark plugs. Whew. That's an extra 3 horsepower for a better carburetor. I need to see what we can do. Oh, wow, what was me? Oh, 7 for those pistons. God damn it. Me. There we go, butterfly wheel. Okay. We should have this in the bag now. So here's the thing. When you get right down to it, Horizon, if you balance Horizon out correctly as a whole, you actually do get a very special game. You really do. And they can't seem to wrap that around their fucking heads. And I hate it. I hate it because Horizon has the potential to actually be pretty good. The only thing that's stopping Horizon from being any good properly is some of the decisions that Playground Games has made in the past. Like Forza Horizon 4. You cannot complete that game any longer. And you haven't been able to complete it for quite a while. Why? Because they had mixer integration. And they never bothered to patch it out. Mixer's that live streaming service that was meant to rival YouTube and Twitch, but they couldn't build a community or a foothold. So instead, they just tried to buy people over. And it didn't work. So they bought streamers like Ninja. Because they're like, if we bring over these streamers, their audience will follow, make accounts, and then tell people about us. That's not what happened. Everything stagnated. And it died off like a year or two after it came out.
Hey, you ever seen 150 down Rhode Island Avenue at night with no lights on? I didn't think so.
Yeah, Playground Games has a lot of dog shit going on with them. And none of it is good. None of it is good. Like, they mean well, but a lot of the people behind the team are making stupid decisions. Like, when it comes to AI, and I keep coming back to that because it's the main factor of the game. Keep coming back to AI. The drivers are just doing whatever they can to get past you. And they're not even trying to get past you, they're actually trying to get through you. They're not really just driving. Look at them all, they're all taking the same kind of racing line. That's all they're doing, is taking the same goddamn racing line. The only way for them to divert from it is if you intentionally screw them up. Yeah, we're not beating this. We're actually dead last. Because of some screw ups. Yeah. So yeah, look at this guy's acceleration. That shouldn't be a thing with that Corvette. That Corvette should be spinning out. And even look at that Camaro or whatever it is in front of us, the yellow car. For the level that we're at, they shouldn't be that much faster. but they are. So. Yeah, look at that nonsense! Why is he built like such a goddamn tank? That should have spun him out! Now, you might be thinking to yourself, oh, but it's just a video game. It's a video game that brings itself, or treats itself as a realistic scenario. That's what Forza has always done. The only time it really doesn't do that is when it does outlandish things like team-ups with Hot Wheels and Lego. Which is where they can get away with anything. I bet you Ali Howard's in fucking first or something. Oh yeah, he just slammed right the fuck into me. What a dipstick. The amount of torque he was pulling off earlier? Yeah, no, that's rubber banded to hell and back. He's slow now. Yeah, this is Dog War. This was never really good to begin with. Like, okay, if I switch this down to the lowest difficulty, all these racers would still drive the same. There would be no change in how they drive. The only thing that would really change is how much power their vehicle's outputting. AKA, they have custom profiles per difficulty. And it's a bit of a pain to try and get around. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and cut some corners with our transmission. And try and push some more power to the car. Because I refuse to let some dodgy, bullshit, brain-dead piece of trash development team beat me. I'm not going to allow them to use unfair advantages. There's no challenge to it. There isn't a proper challenge. Okay, now it's time to mute the audio on the game because copyrights, don't want that. There's a proper challenge with the motorsport part of the franchise. Just because of how different the driving experience is on a per driver basis. We'll go street transmission and we'll do what we can here. See if we can do minuscule upgrades to boost everything, basically. That's 10 horsepower for 15 Newton meters of torque. What else can I get for that? That's less torque, but we would have 3 points left. What could we theoretically do with 3 points? What if we go to a stock transmission? We don't even have all that. Changing that wouldn't matter. We need to see where we can cut corners. Because if we can cut corners, we very much should be cutting corners. That's why. That makes no sense. Losing a little bit here, but we can push out more power to the car. So we do this. And then do this. That should give us a fairly decent advantage. We're pushing out a lot more torque. So that'll get us 0 to 60 and a little bit better time. Okay, let's put audio back on. Alright, let's try this. We're still on sports tires, so we actually still have a decent bit to go with.
Turn right.
But if I'm thinking right, they might actually have a little bit of an advantage as well. But we're able to push out a lot more torque.
In 400 meters.
About over 40 newton meters of torque extra. And we have a lot more horsepower to compensate.
Turn left.
Alright, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. I'd honestly argue against their performance metrics for some of the stuff. Like, I should have been able to give this a little bit more power without it shitting the bed and going overboard. Like, I should be able to give it a full race transmission and a few other bits and bobs without it fucking popping up there.
Don't be blue when I beat you, yo. It's something you'll get used to.
I mean, they're gonna beat Ali Howard's ass soon. Look at that Corvette Stingray being all up there. That's insane. Look, now look at it, it's slow as hell. Look at everyone else just pulling ahead. It's like they've got an extra 150 horsepower on top of me. My stream freeze. It did not. Yeah, these cars shouldn't have all that fucking kind of horsepower to them. Like, look at that, the Trans Am, the Pontiac and the Corvette are sticking behind now. You see what I mean? They have a fucking unfair advantage. There is no way in hell! This is a 402 horsepower beast. My car's balancing is very, very off. What is with all that dude's grip with a rear-wheel drive car? But it feels like they've mashed a bit of Forza with a bit of fucking Test Drive or Taka. No matter what I do, they're probably pulling off like 150 or something. Look at that dude's torque in the yellow car. He just shot forward. There is no way in hell. Yeah, look at that Corvette now. He's pulling ahead. Quite the thing. Yeah, he shouldn't have that kind of torque. I do, because I've customized this vehicle. I just smacked that guy head fucking on at the side and he didn't budge. No one, I swear to God, no one playtested Forza. Or not this one anyway. They were like, yep, that'll do, ship it to reviewers. And reviewers sucked their fucking dick. There's no way any of those cars should have such a massive torque difference. This is ridiculous. They almost have double my torque. And the fact I've got to do this to get them to slow down? That shove didn't even shove! Yeah, I almost went out of fucking bounds on that one. Okay, we're quitting. We're just straight up quitting now. Everybody and their granddad knows that Forza Horizon isn't shit. As a racer, it is nothing. It offers no value. It offers... Actually, it doesn't offer anything as a racer. If you want to get in and cruise around, that's it. That's all the value that it has. Its physics are disgustingly stupid. You saw me crash into that yellow car. And it's a thing that the entire franchise suffers from. Badly. I crashed into that car. That car did not budge. That crash should have spun that car out, but it didn't. It just didn't. It is dog shit. Forza Horizon is a franchise that needs an entire reboot from Turn 10, not Playground Games. Or maybe Playground Games for the fun ideas, alright? Because that's what Playground Games can do very, very well. They're fucking dog shit at AI. Alright? Their AI is dog shit. Their use of rubber banding is disgusting. A lot of things they do. Some of the things they've done made sense, but they since reversed that. So, like, taking away the ability to in-depth tune your vehicle at a festival. A festival that's like 2 or 3 days long. Makes no sense to have that. They took that out. Good. Doesn't need it. The fact you can crash into a car at 80 mile an hour and not budge it. Fucking bullshit. That should have spun out. The sole fact their AI is terrible. They're all the same. And it's full of rubber banding. That's telling of the franchise. Forza Horizon needs an entire revamp. It really does. If they were to redo the Horizon franchise with the mechanics of motorsport, if you brake in front of someone, they brake. That would be good. If you pit maneuvered someone, they spin out. That would be great. The racing mechanics of the franchise are not there. The fun mechanics and the ability to just drive and have a good time just driving is great. But modern day Forza Horizon, like I also callously said earlier, the online component is shoved down your throat like a rapist cock. That still stands. Because Horizon 4 has so much online garbage in it. Horizon 5, luckily, toned down on some of it, but they have the Horizon arcade stuff. But people might be like, hey, Raj, just go solo. I don't want to go onto solo. I want to drive against other racers. I want to be able to pull up next to someone and show off what I have and see what they have. I don't want to be pressured. I don't want to be pressured into online races all the fucking time. I pop my head out of my house and it's like, Horizon Arcade will be starting shortly. Or even worse, you could actually pop out your house and be thrown right into it. There's also minuscule things that Horizon 1 did pretty well, but got fucked up later on. One of those being map markers. So when you set a route in Horizon 5, and then you go through something like a speed zone or a drift zone or something like that, or a zone in general, your marker is temporarily overwritten. Why? Why? That mechanic needs revamped. The speed cameras, I get that. Even Need for Speed Most Wanted got that right. You could just drive through a speed camera, set a time, and then you get bounty points for it. But other things like speed zones and other time trials and all that, you had to opt in for that. You had to say yes, you want to be part of that. Horizon ignores that. It does things well and it does things terribly. It's a mishmash. Reviewers are not going to tell you this because they're too busy sucking Microsoft's cock for it. That's just the way it is. The proof is in the pudding when you look at the reviews. The reviews are not going to say, oh, this annoying thing, that annoying thing, oh, this annoying thing. Even when tuning came back, it was never perfect. But right now, tuning is just straight up broken in Forza Horizon 5. And it's not an update thing to blame for that. It's always been like that. Always. You set your tire pressure to go from 29 psi to 29.5 psi, and your braking distance can go from 150 meters to 190 meters. And if you change it back again, it'll be an entirely different value from what it was last time. It is still so broken. The online functionality stuff is actually really bad, but also really good at the same time. I haven't noticed much latency when people pull up beside me. I got the new DeLorean. I got the Universal Pack, and I was driving around in DeLorean time machines, and people were pulling up, honking at me, and everything. I'm like, that is pretty cool. That is honestly pretty cool. But like I said, the racing aspect is not quite there yet. If only they actually got the fucking CPU stuff from the motorsport side, transplanted that over, so that when you're driving, the racers in the match will actually kind of bounce off of you in a way. They see you taking a corner, they will try and it's whatever at this point. Horizon 6, if and when that does come out, needs to have a proper computer to race against. You can't have rubber banding. It's not good. It's not good. Are you fucking serious? My point throughout this entire week has been proven notably. I don't need to jump into it. I don't need to finish this week. This game tonight just further cements my hatred for the racing aspect of Horizon. I could pull up in Horizon 5, get into Kit from Knight Rider or DeLorean or one of my other favorite cars, and just drive. They got that right. They didn't get the fucking models right. Because the stuff for Knight Rider is fucking dog shit. Even though it's based off of Knight Rider historians' fucking hero car. Or the one that's in the Peterson. Their scanners just fucking dog ugly. Their bar graphs and all that are fucking dog shit. But here's the thing. And I've always said this, for everything that Horizon does good, they do 10 things that are wrong. That's not even going into the reviews and that. The video game reviews are largely dog shit if they don't talk about the downsides of it. Like that IGN reviewer, mostly full of shit. He was a yapper. Yep. But the thing that I did agree with him on was the barn finds. The barn finds in Horizon 1 were just atrocious. And I at that point, I hadn't played too much of Forza Motorsport 4, but he mentions that the cars that you find in the barns are ones that you've already driven in Forza Motorsport 4. So what's the bloody point? And I agree with the fact that they should have been new cars. Or ones that aren't in 4. But aside from that, he never talked about the issues with the AI. When that kind of thing happens, they've either not encountered it, which means they must be playing the game on fucking tourist. Which that is one way to experience it. If you want to blast through Forza Horizon at all in any kind of decent capacity, tourist. Stick it on the easiest difficulty, have a good time. You can do that. That is an option. I have never decried anyone of doing that. But if you do that, you're also missing out on actually having a good challenge. A challenge that you cannot have because the developers in their infinite wisdom didn't make an actual computer that can challenge you. Every difficulty has the same AI. The only difference is the power of the vehicle that they're driving. They're all going to be driving the same vehicle, it's just the power and the profile of the vehicle is what changes. And I've seen this firsthand, alright? That one time I jumped into Horizon 5 with a mod tool, I was able to enable the hidden profiles. And if there's hidden profiles that are labeled test or whatever, then there is something going on. What the hell? The mod tool doesn't make profiles for you. You can't do that. The most I got it to do was to enable me to purchase a DeLorean for free. That's the most I used it for. I tested out the... I didn't do this on the stream because it's kind of ban-worthy at this point. But I was able to test out the hidden profile, and it didn't seem to do much. And it didn't work for all cars. So my conclusion might is that there's a brief, because the AI doesn't change. There's one profile for each difficulty, and then there's all the nonsense for rubber banding. It's whatever at this point. They need to... Playground Games needs to reform. Or Forza Horizon as a franchise needs to reform. They need to have the fun stuff. Like Horizon 5, fun-wise, is both an upgrade and a downgrade over 4. 4 had better showcases by a landslide. It was so good to race against a hovercraft. It was so fun to race against a flying Scotsman. What do we get in Horizon 5? What do we get? We got a diesel train. We get jet skiers. That's the only ones I can remember. There's 3 or 4 different showcase events, and I can only remember the terrible ones. Oh, one of the showcase events was driving the Warthog and being guided by Cortana. Yeah. That's food for thought. It is food for thought. Horizon 5 is a rushed project that is being patched up with the fun stuff. The base game of Horizon 5 is not worth buying unless you pick up the expansion. I'm not saying expansions because the second expansion would give any fan of the franchise fucking depression if they don't already have it. And what I mean by that is Rally. The only expansion for Horizon 1 was Rally. I don't know what the expansions were for 2. I know one of them was Hot Wheels for 3. Horizon 4 had a Rally thing plus Lego. Horizon 5 has Hot Wheels and rallying. A rally expansion and a game that heavily features off-roading and rallying by default. Why? Why? Just why? Why not? Why? It's just weird. It's terrible. They need to fix it up. At this point, Horizon 4 is the only one that you cannot really complete because it's integration with Mixer. But enough of that. That's my weekend. I am not finishing this week. It is not worth the pain. It is not worth the pain. What I might do at some point is grab more of the Motorsport series. I might grab 5 and 6. Or even the remake for Motorsport. That's on PC, you know. I kind of want to play that. I want to see how it stacks up. I want to do an old versus new. So one day we go back to Forza Motorsport 1, which I had to restart that. Because after all the shit that I went through with the original Xbox stuff not working correctly, it turns out it was the Proton stealth server that was preventing emulation access. Plugin problem. Can be solved by launching without plugins enabled. So power and eject. When it boots, the disk drive will go back in and then you can do what you want. And then I can play Xbox games. So I delete my save and all that for nothing. Go me. But at one point, what I want to do is grab the newest Forza Motorsport and have fun with that. But with all that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Like, subscribe, share. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on the Horizon franchise. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you agree that the AI is dog water? Do you agree that the rubber banding is terrible? And that the showcases need to be revamped and stuff like that? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments. This has been GTA Raj. Stay safe. Take care. I'm not doing any plugs or that. Good night and